What does it mean to surrender? Because realistically, I am surrendering every day of my life. I am surrendering to my breath, giving it the power to come and go. I am surrendering to my employer. I am surrendering to my day, every moment of my day, because I'm out there offering a whole lot of me into this whole lot of society. Mind is always surrendering, you see, because so that's why any saint, guru, enlightened being says the way to the truth, the way to that pure state of being is to surrender and give up. And then the mind says, well, I don't know what it means, Does that mean I have to walk around with my hands up? I surrender to the police. I surrender to my government. I surrender to my partner. Every day I'm surrendering everything. I'm saying, look, here I am. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I'm surrendering to my education. I'm surrendering to every single thing I get up. I surrender to. And that's mind's way out of it, you see. To convince itself that there's no more surrendering to do. But what mind cannot abide? Mind can surrender to all these things. All these physical, projected, outward and inward things. But it cannot surrender to itself. It's against all mind's laws. Don't surrender to yourself. It's that because that's mind looking itself in the face and saying, are you genuine? Are you honest? Or are you hiding, avoiding? Are you sneaking away from the truth? Because the mind that surrenders to all these projected outwardly ideas of what it's expected to do is a fake mind, is a fake you. It's representing you. But it's not really representing you, it's representing itself. And you're held prisoner. And sometimes your pure mind comes through and says, I don't fit in. An ego mind will come in and say, no, yeah, you do. Let me show you the way. Let me show you the direction. Why not surrender to a new job? Why not offer yourself to the world? And it's speaking to itself. The mind, the ego mind is deluded. It's always looking for some other way to pacify itself with the hope that you say, yes, I accept you. I accept you. And that's it. It's in. It's there. It's front seat. It's driving the car. It's driving your whole body. It's driving the vessel to every single thing that it wants you to see. We can call it the external mind. We can call it the internal mind. We can call it the ego mind. We can call it the human mind. But it's a mind that is just doing what it wants. With the hope and the belief that it's doing it for the goodness of you. When you think there is a direction to go, that's the mind saying there's a direction to go. You are directionless. Life is directionless. Life is appearing. The flower, when it buds, does not control itself to say, I must have one petal facing this way and one petal facing that way. and one petal curled to face the ground. Therefore I have covered all seeing. The flower just appears. And that's you. You suddenly appeared. And you've taken this body on to help you understand this appearance. And the mind then says, right, I can show you the world. Because you're going to die soon. And you're bought cheaply. Okay, I pay the ticket. Show me whatever there is to see in my short period of time. Because we are convinced, we are educated, we are conditioned, we are following, we are the parrot, repeating the same old words, the same sentences. And all these conspiracy theorists say, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. They're taking away our freedom of speech. No wonder. Because we just repeat the same old stuff. And it's not about the present moment. We're always discussing what's going to happen in the future. We're always discussing about the journey to work. We're always discussing about when will this vaccine be available down the line. We're not interested in what is taking place right now. No one is interested in what is taking place right now with you. Not with the world. Who cares about the world? Jiddu Krishnamurti gave his advice on before he passed. The body transcended, and Jiddu moved on, whatever Jiddu is. And someone says, what would you like to leave the world? And he says, very simple, I don't mind about anything. I don't mind whatever comes. And that's freedom. I don't mind. And that's what any real, true, enlightened being realizes. And the sages used to say, I don't mind. The mastery of the sages. I don't mind. Not I don't care. Not I don't want it to happen. Not I want it to happen. I don't mind. Whatever comes, let it come. And whatever goes, let it go. Because the mind is like the ocean, bringing some waves to keep you moving. We are unmoving. You see, consciousness is an unmoving, beautiful, profound beingness, a place of refuge for all. When that over here mind disappears. The unmoving with senses to create emotional movement. And that's all that's taking place, emotional movement. While the body is operating, everything appears to be moving. Everything appears to be depending on the quality of your mind that is working hard, tirelessly for you. Someone said the other day how all I want is happiness. What a foolish, foolish question. Because the mind will then come in and say, well, what kind of happiness do you want? Define happiness. How can I show you happiness if I don't know what kind of happiness you want? Because we have millions and billions of types of happiness. Do you want to be happy in a marriage? Do you want to be happy on an island on your own? Do you want to be happy by not working and being rich? Do you want to be happy doing the things that you want to do? What kind of happiness? How can I give you happiness when I don't know what kind of happiness you want? And then the true seeker says, well, yeah, okay, wrong desire. And mind says, okay, so give me another one. What do you want now? I want to be free. And mind says, what kind of freedom? What do you mean? You want to be free from your body? You want to be free from your life? You are free. Your essence of freedom is what gives me, the mind, life. Without your freedom, I cannot survive, says mind. Even that evil, distraught, devilish, cunning mind knows when to say, I'm beat. You got me with that one. Mind cannot give you happiness because there's so many definitions that mind has created within itself. But freedom, there's only one type of freedom. And you are already that. And mind pays gratitude to that, because without your freedom, without you being here, what can mind cling on to and serve? So that what you're looking for, mind will deliver, will provide. In its own way, in its own understanding, in its own conditioned learning, in its own meaning, purpose, whatever that it has created for you, the one that it serves. But the one thing that mind cannot give you is freedom. Because mind can only see you as free, as liberated. It's like that lost baby. We see a lost baby. It's lying on the ground. It's free. So we have to take it on board and guide it and give it some sort of idea of how it should be a human and how it should be going through the world to fit in. That's what mind does, you see. It picks you up because you're a free space. Your universal beauty is so attractive to this mind, this consciousness, that it says, oh, I want to shine my light on that one. I want to provide for that one. Wow, it's so free, it's so empty, it's so peaceful, it's so tranquil, it's so liberating, it's so omnipotent, omnipresent, it's so, wow. I want to take this one and care for it and show it a direction, give it a direction. The mind is valuable to give you some sort of basic, simplistic understanding of what you're here for, to witness and exist immense beauty. Mind is reflecting an image of you everywhere, in everything. But when you start wanting, when it starts wanting itself, it's losing hope, it's losing faith, it's not doing its job properly. It's not saying to you, you are free. Every day you are free. Every moment you are free. It's confused. It says, well, this one is totally dependent on me now. It's totally dependent on me now. But it's mind that's dependent on itself. That's why surrendering to itself, you to yourself, your mind to your mind, is the only way that you will realize what you are. Not what you truly, totally are, but that you're not just a thought. You're not just a temporary measure. Your body fades, comes and goes, it passes like everything else. But you are the most stable, unmoving thing that can bring life into yourself anywhere, anytime, any place, anyhow. No beginning, no end. So you're not mind is not surrendering to itself to eradicate mind. It's just giving itself some space, some breathing time, some well-deserved enlightened rest before it comes back, reborn as Christ is, to face the world again and again and again. Matters not what you do in your life, going forward, going back, or staying still. You're always going to go forward, go back, and stay still. You're always going to go still, back, and then forward. Because while consciousness exists, it wants to see you bloom in every aspect. It wants to see you here in your true state. And that's the purpose of being here. To simply be here in truth, in genuine you-ness, me-ness, I-ness, lovingness, kindness, isness, here-ness, blissfulness, nothingness.